A short but slow and sleepy horror story. The last broadcast. The radio tower stood alone on the hill, a skeletal silhouette against the moonless sky. Its red beacon pulsed like a heartbeat, the only sign of life in the desolate stretch of pines surrounding it. I'd been hired to fix the transmitter. WKRV, the local AM station, had been off air for 3 days. The station manager, a jittery man named Carl, said it was probably a blown fuse or a loose wire. "Just get it done tonight," he pleaded over the phone, his voice crackling. "People are upset it's down." I arrived at the tower just after midnight, my truck's headlights slicing through the fog. The air was thick, heavy with the scent of damp earth and something sharper, like rust or blood. The station was a small concrete bunker at the tower's base, its door slightly ajar. I grabbed my toolbox and flashlight, my breath visible in the chill. The silence was oppressive. No crickets, no wind, just the faint hum of the beacon above. Inside, the bunker was a mess. Papers littered the floor, coffee mugs sat overturned, and the control panel was dark, its dials and switches untouched. A faint static buzzed from the main console, though the power was supposedly dead. I set to work, checking the wiring, testing circuits. Everything seemed intact, yet the transmitter refused to spark. My flashlight flickered, casting long shadows that seemed to shift when I wasn't looking. Then I heard it, a low, guttural whisper, barely audible over the static. "Help! Us!" I froze, my heart hammering. The voice wasn't coming from the console, but from the air itself, as if the room was exhaling. I spun around, shining my light into every corner. Nothing, just dust and shadows. "Get a grip, Matt," I muttered, blaming the late hour and my overactive imagination. I focused on the transmitter, tracing cables to a junction box in the back. That's when I noticed the scratches, deep, jagged marks gouged into the metal door behind the console. They weren't random, they formed words. They listen. My skin prickled. I told myself it was vandalism, some kids messing around. But the scratches looked fresh, and the door was locked when I arrived. The whisper came again, clearer now. "They're coming." The static surged. A high-pitched whine that made my teeth ache. I stumbled back, knocking over a chair. The room felt smaller, the walls closer. My flashlight died, plunging me into darkness save for the red glow of the beacon seeping through a small window. I fumbled for my phone, but the screen was dead, despite a full charge. Panic clawed at me. I grabbed my tools, ready to bolt when the console flickered to life. A voice, clear, female, and impossibly calm, poured from the speakers. "Stay with us, Matt." My name. My blood turned to ice. "We've been waiting." The static morphed into a chorus of voices, overlapping, pleading, screaming. Faces pressed against the window. Pale, eyeless, their mouths gaping in silent howls. I screamed, dropping my toolbox, and ran for the door. It wouldn't budge. The handle was cold. Unyielding, as if welded shut. The voices grew louder, chanting my name, their words slithering into my skull. I pounded on the door, my fists bloody, until something shifted. The air grew heavy, and a presence filled the room. Not a body, but a weight, like gravity itself was watching me. I turned, and the faces were inside now, floating, their mouths moving in sync with the radio. "You can't leave," they said. "You're part of the broadcast now." The console glowed brighter, its dial spinning wildly. My vision blurred, and I felt myself unraveling, my thoughts broadcasting into the static, joining the chorus. Then silence. The console died, the faces vanished, and the door clicked open. I stumbled outside, gasping, the fog thicker now. My truck was gone. The tower loomed above, its beacon dark. I ran, pine needles crunching underfoot, until I reached the highway. A car's headlights blinded me, and I flagged it down, sobbing. The driver, an older woman, looked concerned. "You okay, son? What happened?" I tried to explain, but my voice wouldn't come. My mouth moved, but no sound escaped. She frowned, reaching for her radio. "Let's call for help." The radio crackled on, and my voice filled the car. Clear, calm, impossible. "Stay with us," it said. The woman's eyes widened, but not at the radio. She was staring at me. I looked down. My hands were pale, translucent, my body dissolving into static. The woman screamed as I vanished. My essence sucked into the airwaves. But I wasn't gone. I was everywhere. Every radio in the county flickered to life. My voice, our voices, pouring from car stereos, kitchen radios, and bedside clocks. WKRV was back on air, broadcasting a signal no one could turn off. The listeners didn't know it yet, but they were next. The tower wasn't broken. It was hungry, and I was its voice, forever trapped, calling out to the world, luring them in. The real horror wasn't that I'd escaped. It was that I never would, and neither would they. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow for more.